Hi Sagittarius, this is Kelly from Moon Pie Tarot. This is your monthly general love reading for May 2017. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, or Rising. I know I said that I wasn't going to be doing the love readings for a while, but I actually had some free time and I really felt an urge to do the love readings for the month of May. I don't know why, but I felt it, and I usually type of person to go with my intuition. So here you go. So again, I've already placed the cards, and at the bottom of the deck here, and I can't pick it up, but that's okay. You have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is great. This is fulfillment. This is feeling for the month of emotional fulfillment. This is a beautiful card, I have to say. There's happiness all around. Happiness with family, just a joyful energy. Doesn't necessarily have to be with a particular person. It can be if you're in a relationship or if you're single. This is just an all-around happiness coming out of, if you were in, well, I think you may have been in some kind of quiet place for a while, or maybe feeling depressed or anything like that. But this is really coming back up on top and feeling this is just a general feeling of happiness. Okay, so this is a very good energy to have, because when we have that general feeling of happiness, we draw people to us, okay? And when we have the opposite energy, people repel. So I feel like if you've been feeling any kind of opposite energy in the past, that's coming to an end, and the month of May just will be a very jovial time. A lot of activities going on. You'll be attending a lot of functions or events or parties or family get-togethers, and just a feeling of you're laughy like a baby. You'll be easily amused for this month, which awesome. So of course, and then when I was saying that, in April you may have had this, you've got the Hermit card. Some of you may have been dealing with a Virgo, but in general you have this card, which is really just you've been in this hibernation kind of place. Even if you haven't physically been in hibernating, your mental state is you've just been withdrawn. I don't know if you've been thinking about stuff, or if it's just escapism, or you've just been trying to get away from something, maybe your own thoughts, maybe issues with other people. Whatever it was in general, whatever was happening for you in April, this reflective state, because of this Nine of Cups, I feel like you're coming out of that this month, okay? Now, the present situation for May, and going into the beginning of May, is the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you have been very dependent on someone, or feeling either you've been in a position where you've been the one who's doing all the giving, or feel like in May, in the beginning of the May, you may have this sense where either I feel like it's really you who's been having to receive, in the receiving position from other people, because I don't feel like you can be two people. I feel this is more of you. Some of you may have a child. You may have been very dependent financially on someone, and that's been difficult for you as far as your self-esteem goes for some reason. You may have not been you may have been having a hard time handling that. Some of you may want to be financially dependent, or be able to be financially dependent, but for the present time, you are having to rely on other people to either support you, or people, or there's someone else in your life that's been giving to you, and you're just like, ugh, you don't want to keep taking. For some reason, it makes you feel, it just gives you this sense of sadness. But this card is also in the benefit position, where if you look here, you see these beautiful cups and all this light and energy back there. So it may be advice for you to not try to stay too feeling bad about receiving if people are trying to help you, and try to look on the bright side, because it could just be gestures of love, of friendship. It's not that it's not that you owe the whole rest of the world, because you may feel like that's what you have to do. But you have this independent streak about you, Sagittarius, and we all know that. So it just may be you having to strike a balance between the dark and the light about that situation, and try maybe to alleviate some of the feeling of anxiety that comes with having to be dependent on another person, is to find other ways to give, or to reach out and pay it forward to other people, so that you don't own what people are giving you, you're paying it forward. And those can be like small gestures. This is turning into a general reading, but I feel like some of you are dealing with a particular person. If you're single and you're not, then this is going general love. But if you're dealing with someone in particular, it could just be that this person truly does care and love you, and they want to help, and they know that you are trying hard, and that's why they want to help you, because you're not sitting back and just taking. You're actually trying to do something with yourself, and to alleviate some of the anxiety of being in that position where you don't feel like you can make things on your own right now. Maybe buy the person in line behind you a cup of coffee, or offer to volunteer somewhere, or offer to help to alleviate, as I said, some of the anxiety about having to be in where you feel like you're in a lower position than someone else financially. Okay. Because we all are. Not all of us are on top. Not all of us are on the bottom. Sometimes we just have to climb these ladders, and we all have a stage on that ladder. You can't be at the bottom and then be at the top of the ladder at the same time, right? Strange, interesting. So what's driving you is this happy family situation. This is really your aim in life. I mean, some of you, of course, have careers, but your career situation is you're working hard so that you can have this stability in a family situation, okay? Because for you, Sagittarius, I feel like you working hard to do something for yourself gives you a sense of purpose for your family. And that's why you don't always want to be taking. You want to be able to also give. But this is your driving force. This is, for some of you, maybe you wish to start a family, okay? Some of you, maybe some of you have broken away from a family situation and starting a new family, okay, and had been dependent on someone for a long time. So there is this feeling where this is what drives you, and this is why you're listening to this reading right now, because of this card, because you wish for happiness. Now, what's coming to you, not what's coming to you, but what's crowning you and is in your thoughts, you're waiting for unexpected news, you're waiting for news, and you're waiting for it to come quick. There's something that you need to know. I feel like might be some kind of a document that you're waiting. For some of you, this could be like maybe you're waiting to hear about promotion, or you're waiting for something, confirmation for you that you can move to the next place. Okay, usually this Eight of Rods, it's not in a predictive position for me when according to this spread. This is more of you, what's on your thoughts. You are trying to get from point A to point B, and some of you may need this document to do that. Okay, so I do feel like this is tied into a relationship, but I'm not seeing like, I don't know, I'm just going to go with the flow and just go with it. That's usually how it works for us. So again, as I said, you're waiting. You could be waiting to hear from someone with some good news. It doesn't have to be a document situation. It could just be messages that you're waiting to hear from. And then you've got in coming up toward the middle to the end of May, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and the sevens talk about potential and ambitions. So you're trying to establish something for yourself in order to be better in a relationship. Okay, whether that's if you're already in a relationship, or if you're single and you're hoping to have a partner and start a family, your focus right now for the month of May is you're focusing on yourself. You're planting roots. You're planting seeds. You're what's the word I'm looking for? You're rooting yourself somewhere because you're trying to have stability in your life. Even if you're a man listening and you have someone in your mind, or no one's in your mind, you're not ready to have a relationship yet until you get grounded financially. So that can go for either one, male or female. But I feel like the general situation that's going on here is you're focused on being able to provide in some way to a relationship because you may feel like you also may have someone that's in your life that feels like they're taking too much from you, okay? And that may be, they may feel like they're too draining on you, okay? And they may be the ones who are trying to get themselves established so that they don't feel that way anymore. And you may be the one who's in a financial position to help another person, okay? And that could be taking a toll on them a little bit, okay? But you're hopeful for them. You want to see them succeed, of course, and you're hoping to hear good news for them, okay? Because you see them working hard. You see them trying. You know they care. You know that they're, as I said, not lazing around doing absolutely nothing. Some of you may feel that way, but don't be too hard. In the position of you're just looking for balance, you know? You want happiness in health, career, and work, love, all of those things. That's your ultimate goal, okay? You're trying to balance things in your life, and sometimes you may feel the scales tip to one side a bit too much, so you're trying to reel that back in and just keep walking this path. And it's been difficult for you, Sagittarius. It has. If you've had difficulties in relationships in the past, or any kind of relationship, family, siblings, parents, past lovers, you're really trying to stay on the high, take the high ground this time in your life, because maybe some of you feel like you're getting older, and there's what else, now it's time, you're not able to do maybe some of the things you used to be able to do, so you're trying to find mental stability and emotional stability, and that's great, and that's just a sign of coming into your own and coming into your age. And even if older is by your definition, not mine. So it really is up to you how you feel about that. Now, how others are viewing you as someone who is maybe keeping secrets, keeping things to herself, not really saying too much about anything, or maybe saying things that are, you could be trying to manipulate situations in order to justify a lack of security in your life. But they're viewing you as someone who is, just very highly intuitive and very intelligent. You're very aware of what's going on around you, okay? Give me just 1 second. I have to plug in my computer before it ends, so 1 second. I didn't realize that I had 11 seconds left. a notification came up, so I didn't want your reading to be interrupted. So they're viewing you as someone who, you're very aware, Sagittarius, of what's going on with you. You have this higher knowledge. You're very sure of yourself. But you do, of course you have some insecurities, because sometimes I think you're just so right, or you're so on point with things that it scares you. But people are viewing you also as cycling through these changes in your life in these different phases. And you're just kind of like going with the flow with it, because in some sense, you know that really there's no turning back, and you just have to keep moving forward. Now, in the position of your hopes and fears, some of you may be dealing with a water sign in your life that's very significant. You may be hoping that this person still cares for you. This water sign, this can be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. They're also, could be a Libra. But I feel that this person they're very wise. They don't have to be any of those signs. This could just be someone who is older, 40s or 50s. And this is someone who is very reserved, but they have an emotional depth to them. They're not clingy, but they are caring. They're very knowledgeable. And, this could be someone that, this could be your significant other that you hope stays in your life while you're going through these changes. This could also just be someone that you're hoping to meet, this type of person if you're single. Someone that really, you may know someone of one of these signs who you just are hoping that maybe they'll see all this hard work and effort that you're trying to put in, although you may not be ready for a relationship just yet. But this could also be a fear that you won't meet this person. Okay, so as I say, when we're dealing with this particular position in this spread, I always say take it with a grain of salt. It's not really predictive of anything in my spreads, and when I do my readings, I just feel like this is just what's going on within your soul. Okay. Now at the outset, interesting. Everything's great, and then here comes the devil, and then the 7 of rods. So some of you may be dealing with the Capricorn that you are bound to. Okay, doesn't have to be a Capricorn, but this is someone that you're stuck with. This is how you're feeling. You're stuck with this person, and if that's good, that's great. If that's bad, that's sorry. But this is at the outset. Okay, so. Or you are just dealing with having to defend yourself from situations that maybe some addictions. Some of you may be dealing with addictions that have taken a toll on you in your past, and maybe some of you are in some type of recovery program, and this is you trying to start your life over and make things right. But, this devil rears its ugly head now and then, but you're fighting it off. And so at the end of the month, you may have this energy coming up in your face, okay? And you may need to stand up again and maybe become a little more diligent in what it is you need to keep you on the straight and narrow. Maybe some of you may have been just working so hard. This is turning into such a general love reading. Some of you may have been working so hard on other areas of your life that maybe you have slacked a little bit in some type of recovery that you've been involved in. But either way, I feel like at the end of the month, something is going to try to trigger you. Okay? I don't know what that is. It could be a sex thing, sexual addiction, or something to do with sex. It could have something to do with any kind of addictive tendencies, anything that you feel trapped or chained to, anything that has always triggered something in you that you had to put your defenses up or your guard up. This could be with a person. A certain person says a certain thing, and they're always a trigger for you. And so at the end of the month, you'll be a little bit on guard with something, okay? And which is great, actually, because, if this card this is clarifying how you're going to handle it. So you're going to be okay. You're not in this place in your life where you're willing to give up whatever you've been working toward. You're not giving up a relationship, even if you're involved with someone, Capricorn. You're going to defend yourself if this person gets a little out of line now and then. You're going to defend yourself with them because you're doing great inner work. You're doing great soul work. You're doing great work for your life in general. And you could just be wishing your partner was a little more emotionally connected to you. But, your focus really right now is trying to get yourself in a better place, either financially or having more stability and working hard at that. So whether you're single, I don't see you putting love at the forefront because you don't have any cup cards. Just this King of Cups, which is a person, okay? But you have major arcana, you have pentacles, and the only Five of Cups, the only cup card is this Five of Cups. So, that's just you trying to get out of a sadness in your life, something that causes negativity. So yeah, it's not a bad reading. It's not great. I mean, it's positive, but it's not, oh, wow, I'm going to meet the love of my life. And, if you're single, or, it's not, oh, my partner and I are going to, take a love cruise on a love boat somewhere. It's nothing like that happening. But I just feel like the message for you is to just keep putting your work in, and things will work out for you because it's making you a better person. It's making you stronger. It's making you emotionally healthier. Okay, so that's your message for Sagittarius. If you guys need a personal private reading, you can go to my website, moonpietarot.com. I've updated everything, and I even have now a 24-hour emergency reading if anyone's interested, if you need that, of course. So have a great May, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.